we here at this conference can understand what are the main pains we have all around the globe in fintech or in finance. What do you think they are? I mean, maybe it's regulation, maybe it's, I don't know, absence of AI or something else. What we are missing globally?
It's a super general question, Dimo, so I won't like to specify whether you want me to take a stance in terms of the industry or if you want me to take a stand against the fintechs.
I think I'm more of a fintech guy, so I would prefer to speak with you about more fintech. So let's discuss what is fintech missing globally currently.
Yeah. I personally think that what's missing in the fintech landscape is, and it's also driven by a need. I think everything that we do in fintech, it's startup world, you're solving always a problem. And if you look at today versus 20 years ago or 10 years ago, it was okay to have your fintech and you were successful in your own country. It was okay, and they were able to make traction. And because that was traction, that was budget. That was VC money, and you could sort of further develop. Now that has completely changed. I think nowadays the fintech needs to be able to scale very fast. Needs to become, for example, a European fintech and no longer a Belgian fintech or a Swiss fintech or a Norwegian fintech. It needs to be a European fintech. And that on its own is a bit of a challenge. And that means that on both sides, both the buy side, the bank side, should be more receptive to sort of helping us as fintechs to grow faster in order to make that European stake. If you see what I mean.
Of course, with European Union already an established unique market, I mean, it's one single piece of the market with fintech, or it's still separated? Because I see there is a difference in Eastern Europe or South part of Europe, European Union, or Western Europe. They are, even it's a commonly an economic area, one single economic area. I mean, by behaviors, by analytics, it's a little bit different. So what do you think? It's still one single piece of
I agree that we're different. And I think that's the most beautiful thing that we can have in Europe, that we're different. Because yes, we have different languages, we have different cultural and heritage. But if you go and look into the fintechs themselves, we're all solving problems of the bank industry.
Yes.
Or the insurance industry or whatever type of financial industry. And if you really take the stand from that side, from the helicopter, you'll see that many of the problems are pretty much the same. And I think that's where we need to take the stand and to sort of dare to grow faster together and to become like a nice, good, trustable provider for a bank. Because I don't know if you've noticed the same, but also banks are less likely to do business with the smaller ones. Whereas 10 years ago, I sound like a very old guy when I'm talking about 10 years ago, but it was so much more easy to do a proof of concept. And nowadays, that's a challenge. So we need scalability. That's what we need.
If speaking about European market, fintech community, 2026, what questions or problems will solve? What questions and problems will be solved in 2026 on European continent in fintech industry?
I think there's a couple of themes that are ongoing at the moment. Well, yes, we're going to use AI. I think that a lot of things will happen around AI. Today, too much the word AI is being used as a buzzword for fintechs, maybe to get clients, to get funding. But at the same time, if you see it through that maze, you also see there's a lot of added value being produced by AI. So I truly believe that 2026 and beyond will be the year of truth for AI. I think the hype cycle is on its way back. That means this recent report, 90% of proof of concept failed. I kind of get it, but that also means 10% succeeded. And I think we're going to build on those 10% and make that bank great. So that for me is one change. Potentially, on the other hand, there's topics like identity. I think the more and more we evolve as humanity in general, self-sovereignty of identity makes a lot of sense in a new world. So I sort of hope that 2026 will bring again new building blocks for this way of thinking.
I think in 2026 we will have a situation when we'll have a little bit more human touch in AI. Big companies in fintech already decided that they, for example, in support chats, they will take out AI a little bit and add more people just to provide more quality. And AI will be totally definitely a game changer in next year.
I
But
think what you're describing is exactly the sort of breaking point is a big word, but it sort of didn't fulfill the expectations initially because no AI will not replace humans. And now we realize that we are saying, no, humans are still the central place of operations or business. And I think that is 100% spot on. But if you then look back with that in mind and you start looking at processes and you make them small enough, maybe even smaller to call them a POC, that's where AI comes in because that's where the strength is of AI. So I think that's normal. It's a good evolution that we see. Yeah, maybe that will sort of evolve in 2026. Who knows?
it's a stabilization of a mechanism.
It is. Yeah, it is.